What's happening, guys? This is TheLonewolftech coming back to you with another Tekkit project, and we got some cool stuff to look at today. So, if you've been tuning in for the last two episodes, we've been working on nuclear power, and last episode we actually got our generator to work. So, what I've done is I've spent some time putting everything together on how it's gonna work in the future forever. So, let's hop into it. And first off, you'll see is the crappiest building ever made in Tekkit. Now, let's get one thing straight. It's 11:30 right now. I started building this building at 11 at night, and I'm super tired. So it's not going to look like this, of course. I'm going to go back and change it. I mean, come on, it has a flat roof. It's terrible. But this area is where we're going to have our power rooms, which is just basically going to be kind of how we had downstairs in our lava facility. Excuse me. And this probably won't be the way you get in. It might be. But you're just going to come in here, and there's going to be, you know, all the different MFEs sending off power through power teleport pipes to different places. And yeah, it's going to be pretty basic for that. And the one thing we do have in here is our MFSU, which that is coming from a line right there all the way down to the from the nuclear facility. So I just ran it all up in glass fiber cable because that's the most efficient cable. Run it all the way up here, and hopefully that thing won't explode while we're down at the bottom. Now this area, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might just block it off, because I think in the future what we're going to do is, if you need to go check the nuclear facility, you can teleport. There'll be teleporters to get down there, and I guess if we had to get down there, we could go this route, but I'll probably just end up blocking it off, stop mobs. So as we fall down, you can tell that a lot has changed, and it's gonna take me a little bit to get over. So there was nothing down here except for our nuclear generator when we left last episode, and I've added some stuff to it. So the system we had before, you know, we make ice in here, and then the filter takes out the ice and then takes it along up through the hole that I left in there, and then into the nuclear reactor, and it will go right in there. We know that will happen. And if you see this bat box, don't worry about it. Sorry guys, I'm like sick or something. And then let me take a drink real quick. Refreshing. Alright, so the bat box, don't worry about it. I had to there's a problem I was trying to solve, and I needed some energy, so I ran cables from the blue electricity solar panels we have, like over there, that direction. If you look on my mini map, that's like where the lava facility is. So I just ran cable underground over here, and of course I didn't end up using it, but I'll get to that in a second. So we know this system's working, and now one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make them completely self-efficient, the whole reactor. And to do that, one, you have to replace a coolant, which we had that covered. And two, when these uranium cells get depleted, we need to be able to remove those and then bring in new uranium cells. Well, it turns out that that's nearly impossible to do with this system. And the reason why is, whenever you're going to try to send uranium cells into that reactor, the coolant system is just going to shove ice into that spot. So as soon as we, take a uranium cell out of here, it's going to start sending ice to go fill that spot, and that ice is going to be constantly going, so there's no way to beat it to the reactor. And that's what I was trying to do, was find a way to beat it to the reactor, but there's just no possible way. There we go again. And anyway, so what I settled up on doing was, right there you see a filter, and nothing is set in that filter. It's completely empty, and then coming out of that filter is some red power tubing, redstone tube or whatever. It's the pneumatic tube, but you add redstone to it, and then it's coming out and it's yellow, and it's going around, going under that pipe, and then going into this chest. And basically what that's going to do is when I flip a switch and a timer, which I haven't set up yet because this probably won't be here, I might move it over there. But when I flip a switch and a timer, well, let me finish this first. So I gotta back up a lot actually. What's gonna happen is this reactor, eventually all this uranium is gonna become depleted uranium, right here near depleted uranium cell. And when that happens, we're not gonna draw any power really. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the coolant. After we turn off the reactor, of course, we're going to turn off the coolant, and then so that won't send any more ice in our way. And then we're going to come over here, and then we're going to flip the switch, which is going to eventually activate a timer. And what that's going to do is it's going to send a pulse along. Oh, there's the Tekkit back up in my way. So what that's going to do is it's going to send a pulse down this redstone tubing, and then pulse that filter, which is going to draw everything out of the nuclear reactor. So all the ice, all the uranium, all the depleted uranium is going to get drawn out and come in here. And then what I'll probably end up having is I'll have it sorted like, ice gets sent back into here or something, or we just throw it in some lava because we don't really need it because we're making infinite ice. And then depleted uranium cells, I think there's some way of refilling them probably, and I might do that, or I might just throw them away. Might just punch a hole and then drop them in some lava below. But okay, so after that, this whole reactor is going to be empty, and what we'd have to do would be fill up our inventory with uranium cells, and then fill it with ice. Now there's no way to actually match this setup when you by piping stuff in. You can't actually pipe stuff in and get it to match this setup exactly. At least I don't think so. I haven't found a way. I was trying to figure it out for like 3 hours on how to do it. So what I did devise is another neat little system, which is this black pipe, which comes all the way around here and into this chest, which we'll get to that system in a second. And in this chest is a lot of uranium cells. So the uranium cells are going to get pumped out by this filter, which it doesn't really need to have anything selected, and then sent along this pipe, and then they are going to get pumped in to the reactor. So the reactor is going to fill up with uranium cells, and then we're going to turn that off, and then all we have to do is take out 7 uranium cells and fill it with ice, or just turn on the coolant system, and then we can turn back on the reactor. So that is pretty much the simplest process that I could think of to do. So just to recap, what's going to happen is when that becomes full of depleted uranium, we're going to turn off the cooling, so no coolant goes in there. We're going to come over here and then empty the whole reactor from this filter. So that filter is going to take everything out of the reactor and put it in a chest. And then we're going to come over here and turn on this, which is going to send uranium cells and fill up the reactor full of uranium cells. And then we are going to take out 7 of those and then turn back on the coolant and let it fill up, and then turn back on the reactor. And that's basically how we're going to do it. I mean, that's probably the easiest way. Well, it might not be the easiest way, but it's the most practical way that I could think of to make, you know, a somewhat self-sufficient reactor. Which there are ways to make like completely self-sufficient reactors if you go the process of using coolant cells and heat dispensers instead of the ice, but those don't make as much electricity as this one does. So we have a very high powered reactor, which is pretty self-sufficient. Now I will contest to the heat, the thermometer. It does work, because when I was messing around with ways to get it self-sufficient, I actually left it with no ice and it shut itself off, which was pretty neat. So FYI, it does work, and I didn't blow up, so that's good. Now what I did over here is I just continued running this whole high voltage cable along the edge, and the reason I didn't just transform it into glass fiber cable is because we're gonna, in these areas right here is where I've mapped out new reactors. So we can have a reactor here, here, and here, and we probably could fit like some more over here and over here, but it's not really necessary, and 4 reactors are just overkill, to be honest. So over here, I'm not sure what we're gonna have, but over here, what I believe we'll have is the deposits for all the nuclear reactors. So when we want to empty the nuclear reactors, they'll come along a pipe and end up here. And we won't really get to, you know, the other nuclear reactors for a while because we got a lot of power. I mean, if I turn this thing on, by the time we'd make it back upstairs, that MFSU would be full. So it's pretty good. I mean, no worries for me. And I probably need to empty all this chest before I start using it as a deposit chest, but I just kind of, there's so many items that it took to create all this that I had to have some chests to put stuff. And it's really amazing. Like, I've been working on this place down here for months, just filling in this reinforced stone and clearing it out, and then just in this day we've done so much to it. But in this area, which I'll go ahead and, well, actually, do I have any tin down? Oh, I do. I'll show you how to do it first, because we are actually out of empty cells. So this area is how, if you can tell, is how we get our uranium cells. So I mentioned this in the last video that we needed to make a system to where we can get uranium cells, so this can be a self-sufficient base. And the best way of doing this, and I know, first off, the reinforced concrete and was not really necessary. This thing isn't going to explode, I don't think, but it just matches. Anyway, I lost what I was talking about, but we'll get to the system. So we wanted to be self-sufficient, and the only way I could really think about that, with other than being like transporting items, would just be to use a condenser and some a power flower, or like half a power flower, to just make uranium. And it works pretty well, to be honest. I mean, we're not gonna, it takes a while for the uranium to actually deplete, so we don't need, you know, a ton of uranium like right away. And So, you know, not too bad. Now, I will tell you one thing. When you have any energy collectors or relays next to a redstone pipe, or not a redstone pipe, but a wooden transport pipe, yep, it would actually send items into the energy collectors and stuff like it will send them in this spot right here. So you can't have pipes around the energy collectors or they'll freak out. And don't ask me why it says we have sunlight down here. I have no idea why. I don't think there's that much sunlight coming off torches, but hey, it's getting sunlight. That's all that really matters. So be careful when you're placing pipes, and make sure you're not, in the way. And another FYI, you can't really place redstone torches or anything like that on glass, not even the reinforced glass, which kind of sucks. I thought you could. So anyway, we have uranium being made out of thin air, or out of thin light here, and then that will get pumped out and into this it's getting to me. And that will get pumped out into this singularity compressor, which is like the rotary macerator in the way that when it starts, it builds up and gets faster and faster and faster, and then when you stop, it just cools off. So you want to keep it going. But I could probably get in the way with a regular compressor, but we had the resources to make the singularity compressor because we already had them for making the reactors. So we just kind of used them. So the uranium will get pumped into here, and that will become refined uranium. And the compressor is running off our main power grid. And the reason I didn't just run like some glass fiber cable over here is because this takes 32 EU, the power, whatever it's called, and that comes out in like, this fat cable comes out in like 2000 something, and this comes out in like 512. So I would have to do a lot of converting down to actually power it. So I was like, you know what, we got some extra power teleport pipes, so I'll just teleport some in, and yeah, it's better that way anyway. So there's no real power issues either, which I was surprised of. I thought we'd be lacking power, but we're pretty good. And it's hooked up to the same system as a quarries, by the way, if you were wondering. So it's going to get in there, and it's going to get compressed, and then it's going to get pumped out into a advanced crafting table, which is taking the refined uranium and empty cells, and then the empty cells get put up in here. This is the one part that's not automated. I could make it automated and have another crafting table that gets tin from a teleport pipe from the quarry, but I didn't think it was that necessary to do that, because for one, the empty cells are really cheap, and if I'm down here and I notice we're out of empty cells, well, I can run up and get like a couple stacks real simply. So it's not that much of a big deal, and if we run out of uranium, nothing's gonna blow up. It's actually good if we run out of uranium. So that's gonna come out of there, and then that's gonna come out of here, and they're gonna join up and make a uranium cell and get pumped out into here where the spider is waiting for me and just decided to teleport because he's actually Enderman for some reason. Probably down there somewhere. All these mobs are spawning since I'm close by, but they can't get to me. It's pretty funny. Now there was one problem. I did have a mob. I had like a skeleton spawn in there for some reason, so I threw some torches in there. So yeah, that's basically how that system works. Now we'll go ahead and turn it on so y'all can see it go to action. So as you can see, stuff's getting combined, and there's a uranium cell going, and it works pretty well, to be honest, especially when these engines start heating up. And as long as we keep those uranium cells going, we're good. Now, I'm not sure what to do with the depleted uranium cells yet. That might be what I do over here, is have a system for the depleted uranium cells where I transfer them back into uranium cells and send them back into this chest. And one worry I do have is because this is all buildcraft pipes, I have the feeling that this chest is going to overflow. So what I'm probably going to do is shut this off, because we don't need that much. Like, if I'm having to flush the reactor, well, yeah, I'll turn it back on, but we're not having to do that, so there's no real point in having it on. But what we will do, I'm not going to flush the reactor because that's a lot of work. Well, it's not really a lot of work, but I don't want to do it, and I want to get some depleted uranium to see what happens, because we need some. So what we're going to do now is make sure our system's on, everything's working, and we're going to turn the reactor on. So that's on. There comes the ice, and it's getting refilled. Everything seems to be working. Cool. So that's gonna keep going, and we gotta make sure you put down world anchors, guys. If you don't, you have the possibility of, like, your coolant system not actually it's not actually loaded, and then nothing's cooling your reactor and it blows up. But with your thermometer, we should be alright, but I'm not sure if that needs to be loaded too in the chunk. Probably. So, you're screwed either way. Put it down on world anchor. And other than that, yeah, we're pretty much set up here. I mean, we got the availability to put 3 more reactors in. We probably could fit a 4th, but there's no point. And when I do that, I'll probably just continue on these systems. I mean, if we get enough ice pumping through here, we're not going to really have a problem. I might upgrade the system a little bit and put some more relays on there, and just put some red matter relays. But other than that, we're pretty much set. And now we just got to figure out what to do with all this power. I know we're probably going to send it over to our sorting facility, because that takes a crap ton of power running those mass fabricators. I've killed you like 3 times, Enderman. Get out of here. He wants to party down here and place blocks, but bro, you can't. It's too late for that, bro. Go to sleep. So yep, everything's working down here. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to blabble about. We need to make sure that this doesn't empty out. That would be pretty bad. So let's go take a look upstairs and see how much power we're getting. And hopefully, yep, it's daylight outside. So that should be good. And then we'll go back into this ugly, ugly, ugly building. I probably won't. See, for Thanksgiving, I have to go off to work. So what I'm trying to do is record a lot of videos. This is not good. Oh, I bet you I gotta reset that, damn it. It's that, it's the high voltage transformer. I bet you that's what's wrong. But I'm going off Thanksgiving. I gotta go work, so I won't be actually at home to post videos. Is it gotta be this way? I'm going to turn off the reactor, because I don't want to blow anything up. Because you should be able to... where is our wrench? So many different wrenches. I need one, like, universal wrench. So that should be power in. and the rest should be power out. Should. Hope I didn't miss a cable anyway up there. Looks good. Could be wrong though. Let me go figure it out real quick. It's just stupid old me right in the face, staring me right in the face. Said, I had the output as the input for some reason. Me being stupid. I seriously just like looked at it. I was actually afraid that I was like gonna blow something up. I was like, oh my god, I gotta start my Tekkit back up before I start screwing around with anything. And I was just like, oh, I had the face wrong. So we'll turn that back on. And ice. Yep, ice is working. Booyah. Everything's working. And then hopefully we're getting power and not just wasting it. Oop. And that just freaked out real quick. Alright, let's see what's got. Yeah, we're getting lots of power. That is a royal crap ton of power. A royal crap ton. And there's our Tekkit back up. Oh my god. That is a lot of power. That's beautiful. That is extremely beautiful. All this hard work. Oh, I really love you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video and our awesome nuclear generator and that awesome house. God, that's beautiful. I mean, the flat roof, just so much shit's gonna spawn on it. It's gonna be fucking amazing. And look at that building. It looks pitiful with its awesome roof. But anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you found this helpful, I know I would, because there's not too many videos out there with self-sufficient, high-powered nuclear facilities like this one. So, yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.